piece of paper.
I might, Jay. I don't know. But what I'm not doing is playing the white man's game, Jay.
Oh my God.
Playing the white man's game.
You walked right into that one. You knew that was coming, Jay. You knew that was coming. He waited for you the entire time to do that.
There you go. All right, let's get to the show. Thanks, Mama Noise. I can always count on you to take it somewhere we had no business going.
That was sarcastic.
No, it was good. I appreciate it.
You're like, thanks, Mama Noise.
I do. Listen, but real talk.
You did yourself.
Real talk. You on brand today, Mama Noise, because we're learning vicarious lessons from people like Pastor Dave, like Cuz Noise, that from our friends and family. Listen, the key to a vicarious lesson is to watch what happened, take the lesson out of it so that you don't have to go through it yourself. I don't have to Jay put up white trees, racist Christmas trees, so I wouldn't have to.
Maybe I should put up a black a black snowman next time.
Maybe you should, Jay. Represent your people.
Right.
That would be like a big old.
Are you scared, Jay?
I think I'm gonna represent my folks a different kind of way versus a black snowman.
You know what?
Yeah, that might be a big old.
Go ahead, Mo Noise.
A big old pile of something in your yard if it's a instead of a snowman.
I don't think you take it seriously.
No, I was not.
Oh.
I said of something. And all I gotta do is depend on y'all to finish it.
I don't think you're taking it as seriously as you need to, Jay. Represent your people. You got these white folks that you out here putting up white Christmas trees and shit. They put pressure on you. You fight back. Fight the power. You got to fight the powers that be.
You need to find a more effective way to fight the power than a damn tree.
That's not it. That
ain't gonna do it.
Well, listen, tomato, okay. Let's keep going. We got a lot. We really got a lot to talk about. It's gonna take us forever at this point. Okay. Where do we start? Do we start with Pastor Dave? Let's start with Pastor Dave. I wish I could show y'all the video. If y'all ain't seen it by now, this is your fault. It's been out for 24 plus hours. By now, you should have seen all the videos. Okay. If you want to see it, I can inbox you on Facebook or YouTube, or send you the link on YouTube, whatever. But you need to see it for yourself. So here, let me set the scene. It's the 4th day of the Netflix is a Joke Festival, hosted by Dave Chappelle at the Hollywood Bowl. At this point, he has sold out 4 consecutive shows of about 80 to 90,000 people. It is a smashing success at this point. He is closing out the 4th show, walking the stage, thanking the people, thanking the DJs, when all of a sudden, a young man jumps up on the stage and tackles him to the ground, knocks him to the ground. Now, what this young man didn't understand is that Dave and his set of friends are hood. So they decided to catch the young man backstage or in the back of the stage, and they proceeded to whoop his entire ass. Now, they stopped him, they beat him, they kicked him, they did whatever you do to a nigga when he's violated your space. Then they decided, after that, he was arrested, broken arm and busted face and all, taken out of the arena on a gurney and put in a ambulance and taken to the hospital. Now, updating today, the police have decided, because the young man, I think his name was Lester Kelly, I think is his name. He was taken to court today, and the judge decided that the fake gun that they found on him that turned into a knife was not actually a weapon, nor did he actually pull the weapon out. So he will not be charged with a felony.
Wow.
It will be a misdemeanor at best.
This is not it's not good.
So now here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Another person has rushed the stage, chosen violence, although in this particular case, he was clearly unprepared for the assignment. But another person has rushed the stage. So I asked my esteemed panel here at Talkin NOIZ, what are your thoughts in regards to Pastor Dave and his merry band of men going through this experience and also whooping this young man's ass?
Well, I'm gonna go first this time, only because I'm so short with it.
Sure, okay.
I don't give a damn.
What does that mean? What do you mean you don't give a damn? What does that mean?
He's doing some stuff. He must be.
Okay, I need to even come back and explain that. That didn't make.
Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about
All
that.
right, what do you mean you don't give a damn?
I had my maid to bring me some water.
Ah, okay.
Lies.
Yeah. What do you mean you don't give a damn? I'm trying to understand.
My daughter's my maid.
Mhm.
I don't give a damn. So I don't know how I can elaborate on that. Listen. Violence happens all the time.
Not this kind of violence.
Why is this one so big?
Because this doesn't happen all the time. People don't rush stages in front of 80,000 people.
Violence happens all the time. People,
but not this kind of violence.
All the time. Well,
no.
Is it because he's on a stage, on a platform that we care? Is it because he's a celebrity? Is it because, I mean, why is it that it's so?
Are you really asking this question right now?
Because he has security. I mean, but what? Listen. You don't think Dave and his band of men are going to be charged? You don't think
they haven't been charged. They've already told they're not going to be charged.
Really?
Why would they be charged?
The shoe was turned on the other foot. If Wahite ran up on the stage, I'm sorry. If Black Man ran up on the stage at the Country Music Awards and they beat his ass to a pulp backstage, what would be our response? You didn't have to do all that to him. That was too much. Y'all trying to kill.
I don't know.
But we okay it. We we would. Okay then. So if the cops beat your ass to a pulp,
well, that's different.
Wait now. If the cops beat your ass to a pulp because you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, well, are we okay with that? But we okay with Dave and whipping his ass? Really?
See, I think you're shifting the narrative considerably here, and
you don't like my argument.
Well, it's not that I don't like your argument. I think your argument is flawed because you're shifting the narrative. If a black man ran up on the stage at the Country Music Awards, which I think is relevant to your question, and the white man whipped his ass, he earned that ass whooping.
That ain't what we were saying. You know damn well.
I would say it. You asked me what I would say. I would say, damn, bro, you probably shouldn't have ran up on the Country Music Awards like that. You earned that. Because that's inappropriate. Why are you running up on stage?
They took him backstage and
no, that's not what happened. Well, that's not what happened. He ran there. He ran up on the. He tried to run away, and they caught him backstage, and then they beat his ass on the stage where they caught him.
It was done backstage.
It was done. Well, and actually, it really wasn't done backstage. It was done in the back of the stage. You can see them whooping his ass from the video.
Okay. So
those facts matter.
Only when we agree with it is taking the law in your hands allowed.
I don't know if this is taking the law in your hands, though.
The law was there.
Well, okay. So what do you surmise they were supposed to do?
Well, I'm just saying that's my whole stand. That's why I don't give a damn, because I don't think it's all that relevant to me. Just me personally, I don't.
I understand. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Happens in the hood all the damn time.
But that's not okay.
We only want to talk about it because it's happening to a star.
That's not what this is. This isn't a hood situation.
People are people.
No, you're trying to shift the narrative to a whole different thing. That is not relevant at all. Okay. Violence. That's like saying somebody. That's like somebody saying somebody got shot in a church. You say, "Well, violence happens in the hood all the time." What the hell are you talking about? That's not the same thing.
That's how I treat crime.
I see.
I don't elevate it because of any one person or anybody.
Well, this is elevated
or
because
anybody else.
I think this is elevated because of the precedence that is being set. What the precedence is being set is that if I don't like what you're saying from whatever platform you're speaking on, I have the right to address you in that platform, which is highly inappropriate.
So I have a beef with you, right?
That's what it appears. It appears that's what's going on. Will had a beef with Chris. He slapped the shit out of him. This guy had a beef with Dave. He gonna slap him. Some pastor's gonna say something in a month or two, and somebody go get up from the congregation and walk up on the pulpit and slap the shit out of him. This is where we headed in this country.
That's happened for years.
No, Jay, no.
Pastors have always been in danger up on the stage. That's why they all have security now.
Okay, but now we're going to see it. The videos are going to be out that is happening.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ron. I know you heard.
No, we said the pastors got security. I was like, God damn, that's crazy as hell when your pastor got to have security.
Well, some of them do, though. That's
It's
true.
real.
That's quite true. But I think
we should live by faith.
Even if they don't call them security, what's that other word they call
they
them?
call them armor bearers.
There we go.
I've never seen them with armor, though. I've never seen them with armor.
I was an armor bearer. I didn't remember. Was that what I was supposed to do?
Yeah,
You're supposed to stop them.
That's a part of keeping people away from. Yeah.
The actual function of an armor bearer was to carry the armor and protect. That was
carrying the armor didn't sound like wearing the armor. Like I'm gonna make sure that nothing hurts you because I got the armor on.
You're supposed to lay down your life for your men and women of God.
You're supposed to take that bullet, Mama. No, you're supposed to take that bullet.
You're like the Secret Service.
Yeah.
Well,
his life was more valuable than yours. You take that bullet.
But armor bearers had to be, 1 foot holy, 1 foot hood, so that if they had to,
So if you had to whoop an ass.
Yeah,
the hood part is what they were counting on.
If you had to whoop an ass in Jesus' name, then you gotta do it.
We had a bishop that said he purposely had to keep he kept some deacons around him, but he had to keep the hood ones around him in case somebody didn't want to act holy. So you need to make sure to be ready to scrap.
I think comedians are terrified by this, by the way. They are, because now they feel like Will opened up the door for this to happen more. I don't know if I'm ready to blame Will completely for this. My pastor might have something to do with this, but I don't know. I just think we're in a weird new normal where people get offended. They feel like they can do whatever they want to do. The girl from The View said it's all Donald Trump's fault.
What the? Okay.
Which might not be wrong, because if you don't like what people say, or what people do, or if you don't like the judgment of a certain circumstance, he encouraged them to always take action.
Have you ever been kicked out of a comedy show for heckling a comedian?
Obviously I have not been.
I have.
You were kicked out?
Kicked out.
Who was it? Can you tell us who the comedian was?
Security came and escorted me out.
Put in the chat who the comedian was.
I don't remember that, Mother Hubbard. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Why did you heckle him?
Oh, no, I don't understand. If I did,
You don't remember who got you put out of a comedy show? Come on.
Why did you heckle them? Did you just not like it?
I actually didn't, but I was a part of a crew. It was for my 50th birthday party. And
this is recently.
Oh, yeah.
This was just 4 years ago. What?
3 years ago, Mama Noise, on Elevated. And we went down there to the Addison Improv.
Okay.
And some guy that was there was doing his bit. And he was okay, but he was a little preachy, if you will. Instead of just being a comedian, he was like telling us, a little preachy in his skit.
Yeah.
And one of the guys I was with said it to me from across the table. He preaching to us. And the comedian could hear it. So he wanted to know. He stopped his freaking show. He wanted to know who said it.
Well, he thought y'all was going to be scared.
Yeah, he wanted to know who said it. So I said it.
Of course you did.
The other guy that was with me said he was the one that said it.
He said all of y'all get put out.
And what you gonna do about it? They escorted us out. Us and our wives. They escorted us out.
I know your wives was hot. Look, really? Y'all just did this.
It was my birthday party. What do you mean they were hot?
Y'all got us kicked out of a club. We supposed to be grown ups. I mean,
this is interesting that you're sharing this, because I feel a way about them kicking you out.
You don't think I'm gonna tell the truth?
No, I think you're telling the total truth. Listen, you're on brand right now. Yeah, I know you're on brand. But what I'm talking about is, I don't know. I feel a way about you getting kicked out, because that doesn't feel like it should be. That doesn't feel like it rose to the level of being kicked out. Did y'all have a back and forth for a second? Like it was
his feelings were hurt.
Well, so what?
He stopped his show to basically make us get out.
What do you remember if he was white or black?
I think he might have been white. If I remember correctly, he was white. Mama knows I honestly don't remember. We were drinking. We were having ourselves a good old time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so was there a back and forth after you owned the fact that you said it?
Yeah. I told him to fuck himself.
Okay, that's what got you kicked out.
That's what
I was going to say, it had to be something else going on before you.
Well, I mean, he came for us. He came for us. We wanted to ignore it. Just move on. We were talking amongst ourselves. He heard.
Okay, so that means y'all had disengaged from what he was saying.
Maybe I was talking too loud.
Yeah, y'all wasn't even, y'all done had your own conversation. Like, forget that we had a comedy show.
Listen, guys, I promise you it wasn't loud.
But the problem is this,
we were right at the stage. He could hear us.
But the problem is also this: he wasn't funny.
That's what I was gonna say. He wasn't funny. Y'all done started your own conversation about what's going on.
He wasn't.
Because if you funny, I'm not going to start another conversation.
And he wasn't even the main act. He was the warm-up act and got us kicked out.
Wow, really? You got kicked up at the warm-up?
No, I didn't pay too much money to get kicked out at the warm-up.
Listen, somebody better refund me my money.
No, we just left.
Wow. Well, it's an interesting thing. I don't know where this is all going, but I feel like it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Nah.
My thing is that.
Go ahead, Mom Noise.
Oh, I was just saying that I feel like that there used to be, like, in other words, it's like a invisible line when you go to see shows and stuff like that. The stage is like an invisible line where, you know, people know not to cross that. People know we came here to sit in our seats and pay attention to whoever's on the stage. But it's like, when I say the invisible line, it's like we all know that that's not a line that we cross, because that's, you know, it's like unspoken. We know that that's not what we cross. But now it's like somebody cut the red tape or remove the invisible line, and now at any moment somebody is going to cross that line. And that's what I felt like when I saw the Dave Chappelle thing. It was like,
can I say what you just said? Can I say what you said with a different way? It used to be an invisible line of understanding.
Yeah.
Now it's an optional line of understanding. Yeah. I'm willing to sit behind this line and do the right thing, so as long as I personally don't feel a way about what you said. Or
right.
Now, if I feel a way about it, then now I have the right to choose the other option of responding in a physical manner. That's the part that's a little unnerving.
So you knew it was a comedy show when your dumb ass was going. So if you don't want to hear the stuff that they're going to say, don't take your ass to the comedy show.
You can filter it out before you even go.
And I think Dave Chappelle's show is going to set another precedent that if you want to run your ass on stage and you want to cross that line, you get everything that comes with it.
You get everything that comes with it.
No different than you try to cross a police line. No different you try to cross a picket line. You cross that line and you put yourself in that area, you get everything that comes along with it.
Okay, but here's my problem with that. Is that if that's the case, then this is backpedaling a little bit, but if that's the case, then people that went to Travis Scott's concert knew what it was going to be like before they got there. Anybody that knows Travis Scott's music knows that the environments for his concerts are as such. So you didn't go in there blind saying, wow, I didn't know they did this. You are one of his fans. This is the type of stuff to expect. So look what happened to them at the concert that they.
Well, listen, if you remember, I was saying that back when we were having those conversations, that what part of this is personal ownership played, a role in, because you decided. It's not like somebody drug you from your house and brought you to the concert, and you knew what you were getting involved in when you bought the ticket. So, the fact that it escalated to the places that it did, it's tragic and it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But I don't know if any of that is Travis's fault. Now, as long as he's not on the mic inciting it, then I can't blame him for the actions of others. Does that, you know what I mean?
Right. And the other piece to me, Mom, knows on the difference with the Travis Scott compared to this.
Okay.
Accidents will happen. Somebody stampede over other people and somebody fall and somebody get trampled. Those are accidents. This was a person who made a conscious decision to run on stage and tackle somebody.
Right.
He made that conscious decision by himself. So as soon as he crossed that line, any and everything that happened to him, that's on him.
So you're saying like the girl who, then can we roll them all in there together? The girl who what'd she do? Pee on the guy? He came up on stage.
No, you can't roll that in together. Well,
you a nasty son.
That once you cross over the threshold of from being in the audience to getting on the stage, what is there?
But that's not. You can't cross that over in the same thing, because even though he chose to go on the stage and sit down and let her do whatever she did to him, she still has a personal responsibility to do the right thing. Right. She crossed all the lines. So she was wildly inappropriate. Dave didn't do anything wrong.
Dave, basically, if you look at Dave, he was an innocent bystander walking across the stage, talking. The dude runs up onto the stage and tackling him. That is not Dave's fault. It's whoever the guy was. It's his issue.
But in Cuz's defense, is it any different than when all of the rock and roll people that they go to concerts all the time, and it's always some girl running up on the stage trying to tackle the different artists that come in concert?
Yes, it's different, because those girls aren't running on the stage.
Hold on. You're wrong.
They're not running on the stage to attack and hurt the person.
No. Listen. There are in the audience of Michael Jackson concerts, Led Zeppelin and Kiss and so forth and so on. There are fanatical fans and there are crazed fans, and you don't know who's who. All you know is somebody's running towards you. Period. You don't know. You don't know.
If you want to get into the lip, if you want to get into, go ahead.
Rushing the stage has always happened. There's always been a certain amount of security risk with people in the audience coming to the stage or rushing the stage.
100% agree. It's still a personal responsibility that if your ass crossed that line, you get any and everything that happens. So if
security has the right to restrain you and or whoop your ass. So which is what they chose to do.
And you jump on stage and you run towards Michael Jackson, Michael's got two choices. Michael either gonna punch your ass, run up towards him, or Michael gonna hug and kiss your ass. Personal responsibility.
And Michael should protect himself. You are right, but you don't have the right to whoop somebody's ass. That's not legal in this country. To where if generally speaking, if you are threatened, you have the right to defend yourself. But your security can't come along and whoop people's ass.
That's literally what security does. It's self-defense.
Lawsuits happen because of that. Lawsuits happen because of that.
That's literally what security does. It's paid self-defense.
Overbearing security will get you a lawsuit.
No, it won't, because it's paid self-defense. You paid for someone to protect you. That's the whole purpose of having security.
You are not paying for someone to whoop people's ass. That's not what it is.
That's what I'm paying for. I'm paying for ass whooping.
Protection, to restrain, to keep until the police come.
I want them to restrain the hell out of somebody.
Listen, Donald Trump is in the middle of a lawsuit right now because one of his security guards banged somebody upside the head out in front of Trump Towers.
But they probably call him a nigga at the same time, which is a hate crime. You can lump somebody in the head, but if you call him a nigga while you're doing it, that's a hate crime. That's a federal hate crime.
But again, it's still personal responsibility if you cross the line.
Yeah.
And you get whatever happens. So if you run on the stage and you Dave Chappelle and that dude hit Dave Chappelle the way he did, Dave Chappelle had the opportunity. He could have did one or two things. Dave could have whooped dude's ass right there because Dave is protecting himself because he's getting bodily harm. Dave has the ability to protect himself. Dave security did the right thing by coming out to the guy and chasing him. Now, what they did in the back, did they have to put 45 lumps on the man's head and twist his arm?
Tomato.
Yeah, 32, maybe 32 lumps and kept his arm the same, a little bit different.
And lawsuits gonna come. Lawsuits come.
There's a lawsuit going to
come. Now listen, the young man will try to sue, and guess what? There's a possibility he may win.
He will.
The pictures are going to make sure the way they took the pictures and how they had him on that gurney on that he's going to win. They're going to give him the money
that he may win.
But what he's got to realize, I'm not going to do that shit again. And anybody else who's in the audience who will keep thinking that, hey, I'm going to keep jumping on these comedian stages and keep rushing them. No, guys, you're going to get hurt.
Oh yeah, you're going to get hurt. I agree with that.
It's going to come a time that it's going to be a worse one than David Chappelle. Somebody's going to die.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to keep seeing the whole thing because it's all fun and games to somebody shoot somebody in a church or shoot somebody at a concert because you're trying to protect the celebrity or protect the pastor or whatever. Somebody's going to take it too far. And I just don't like the precedent of where we are.
Well,
that's my point.
To me, it's almost like now comedy is going to have the same things put in place like some type of rock concert where they keep the whole your front row, they keep a whole like sidewalk length away from the stage where security just walks back and forth there. So there is somebody who hops over the thing because you got to get through them to get to
I agree. They're going to change security measures, I would imagine. Tremendously. For comedy clubs, for concerts, for all of it. Because we can't have this.
Listen, I don't know if anybody's ever paid any attention, but if you ever watch The Potter's House, there are people that sit on the first pew that have the little earbud in their ear. And their job is to scan the whole congregation from somebody running up the aisle, somebody jumping out of a seat or whatever, but there's at least 4 to 5 of them all across the front, and not even counting the ones that are sitting up there with the people that are on the platform. They're all out there watching.
And every time Bishop Jakes feels threatened, he says, "Get ready, get ready, get ready."
No, that's not what I said.
He got code words.
No. I'm saying that they are more than armor bearers. Those are the ones
joke was sitting right there. I had no choice.
Anyway, the ones that are more than armor bearers, I'm talking about even when he comes down the platform and starts walking into the congregation, they start scrambling because everybody's like, okay, Eagle One is moving into the congregation.
Not only that, Mama Noise. Not only that, but if you pay attention to the church, the stage was changed. I guess you can call it a pulpit, but it's really a stage.
Yes,
you used to be able to bring up money and lay money at the step on the steps that walk up to the stage. You can't walk up to the stage anymore.
Oh no,
it's a sheer wall.
They might let you go ahead and walk up there, but you best believe you stopping at the step.
You can't. There are
no, you can't even get to the steps no more. That's what he's saying. There is no steps. It's just a wall. You can't do any of that anymore. That's what he's trying to tell you. They've changed the whole configuration of the thing.
Right.
What you're not going to do is bring your holy ass up on those steps.
Well, no, they don't know if it is holy. They don't know your intention.
It's not just the Potter's House. It's Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship. It's Friendship West. It's all of them have protection for those
I don't know if everybody remembers the story that happened some years ago when a man walked into Creflo Dollar's church and shot another man in the head.
That was a different scenario, though.
It was Bible study. I'm just saying it was Bible study.
Well,
So
that's a different scenario, though.
That man's wife.
Yeah, he was screwing that man's wife.
Well, but this is any given Wednesday.
So
No, I got you. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to lump that in with the rest, because that was a very specific set of circumstances.
So having sex with another man's wife caused you?
I was going to say, so what the circumstances got to be?
Well, the circumstance was, he said, "I'm gonna find you where." He said, "Wherever I see you, it's on site." You at Bible study? I'm about to show you this. I'm about to show you what this is right here, right now.
That was a relationship thing.
Yeah.
The punani was that good? He got you the man in his head.
Say what, Ron? Say what, Ron?
I said the punani was that good? You got you the man in the head.
I mean, it was love. He loved his wife. He loved it in her.
No, he said, "You done violated me. Now I got to cut you."
Well, she did.
Well, no, he shot him. He didn't cut him.
Yeah, he shot him.
Well, speaking of adultery,
what a segue.
I know, right? I be segueing up in these streets, bro. Did y'all hear the confession? Confessions from a white millionaire?
Confession from a white millionaire.
Was it a confession?
Billionaire with a B.
Was that a confession or was that just?
I mean, it's as close as you gonna
get. Correct way to tell you to stay out my damn business.
Well, it's as close as we gonna get to a confession. So, everybody's friend, everybody's buddy, Bill Gates, decided he was on the Today Show and got cornered into a question. And how about we just let you hear it? And this is via the Today Show, y'all. Bill Gates making a full-on question, sort of. Yeah, can y'all see me?
Your face is frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Bill Gates is trying to stop me. There we go.
Video. Don't show it.
He said, "Stop showing my shit." All right, here we go. This is Bill Gates out here in these streets being reckless. Am I still frozen?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Maybe I shouldn't show it. Maybe I shouldn't play this video.
You might.
I mean, listen.
I just said the name Bill Gates and the screen froze. Man,
he's like, "Stop social media from."
Bill is gangster. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's see if we can play just the audio.
Ago today that you and your wife Melinda filed for divorce. How have you been coming to terms with this?
Well, the divorce is definitely a sad thing. I have responsibility for causing a lot of pain to my family. It was sad and tragic, but now we're moving together.
Did that happen? Were you unfaithful in your marriage? Is that one of the reasons there was a divorce?
I certainly made mistakes, and I take responsibility. I don't think delving into the particulars at this point is constructive, but yes, I caused pain, and I feel terrible about that.
What have you learned from that? I mean, you were someone who has this voracious appetite for knowledge, and divorce is an experience that can be a journey into learning something about yourself and change, hopefully. What have you learned about yourself?
What have you learned about your chocolate ass?
There's areas like climate or, health where I have expertise, and on personal matters like this, I don't think of myself as an expert. I should be very humble about, success, has a tricky aspect to it. So, I don't have great advice for other people.
That was
the perfect
one of the worst answers I've ever heard a human being give to a question.
See, I like the answer, dude. I was perfectly fine with the answer.
Bill didn't know what to say. He was like, I got nothing.
He more professionals and more of those famous people should learn what he just said. You ain't got.
Why you say that, Ron? Why you say that?
You don't have to put your business out.
Well, you don't have to put your business out. That's true.
Just say, look, I made a mistake. Leave me the hell alone. Don't ask my ass no more. And go on.
Well, he don't owe us an explanation as to why he
does
did it.
not.
He owe his family the explanation, but he don't owe us nothing.
Only people he needs to be apologizing to is his wife and his kids. Everybody else can kick rocks.
That's true. Cuz, what do you think about that answer? From one of the richest men in the world.
You're on mute, cuz.
You muted.
I don't give a damn about the answer. I believe that the personal failure is evident, and that's something that we need to, as a people, understand that though I'm a billionaire, I'm considered a genius in some aspects. I'm wise at this, and I'm intelligent at that, but I still have personal failures.
Okay.
That issue matters more to me than how you answered the question. She caught him off guard. He wasn't really ready for that. And
I don't know how she caught him off guard. He knew it was coming.
And honestly, you can catch a lot of people off guard and get way worse answers than that. But it's the personal failure that I find more intriguing. That what matters most in my life, I destroyed for what?
A piece of ass.
My legacy for him, his legacy may be Microsoft. Okay. But what would really last, because Microsoft is eventually going to go away. Something else is going to come along eventually. What will really last is the legacy he leaves with his kids. And I think once we make those mistakes and we then now we realize we're sorrowful, I hurt my family. No fucking shit, you hurt your family. You didn't know you was going to hurt your family when you was doing what you was doing? But now we come up here with this, this intellectual, intelligent ass answer. The details don't matter. What matters is that I hurt people in my family. No kidding.
So you are concerned about his answer?
No, it's the personal failure. It's the personal failure that matters more. Not the answer. I mean, anybody can give a old publicity type. What do you call those people? PR type answer. Anybody can do that.
Well, see, I didn't think his answer was PR. I thought he was giving an honest answer, but
no,
it was still. It was bullshit, but it was answer.
He didn't delve into the fact that I was a hoe. He didn't tell the truth. He said, "Well, I hurt people." Well, what does that mean? You beat their ass?
No, he told the truth. He hurt people.
He did hurt people.
I hurt my kids. I hurt my wife. I hurt my family.
He said that.
Were you abusive?
Oh man,
you don't need to know the details. Whatever my details are is none of your business. I told y'all.
When you publicly fail as a celebrity or an iconic person in our society, do you owe us an answer?
No.
As to why you failed?
Well, the reality is I don't believe you owe anybody anything. But when you tout your relationship, and he did, I mean, he held
Linda.
He held her up high. When you fail at that, then I personally think that you should give an explanation as to the shortcoming, because you can live an exemplary, you can live a life of example to teach others coming behind you.
Well, maybe he's not there yet. Maybe he ain't at the place where he feels comfortable, or he's reconciled it to the point where he can explain in detail where he failed. Maybe he knows the what of what he did, but he doesn't have the clarity of the why he did it.
Why do I have to tell you?
You don't have to tell us, no. But to Cuz's point, Devon Franklin, we kind of crucified him on this show, saying, "Bruh, you stood up on stages and taught seminars and blah blah blah. Now you don't want to tell nobody why you leaving your wife, why you getting divorced. You
Did
know,
Bill Gates ever give a seminar on marriage?
not in the same fashion,
Right.
but because his point, he was out here in these streets talking about Melinda and I work hard in the foundation, and Melinda and I, and we built this wonderful solid thing, and blah 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 blah.
Well, whether you agree or not, he was presenting the perfect marriage and the perfect family.
He was.
He was proceeding to tell everybody, "Hey, we're living our life as a happy married couple. Guess what? I made a mistake. I'm gonna leave it at that. I owe y'all nothing outside the fact I made a mistake."
But see, their squeaky clean image was a part of their success. That helped them because people trust them because they were so clean. Now we know you was out there doing whatever you was doing.
But the fact that he was a hoe doesn't change the fact that I still think he's a brilliant individual. So him giving me an explanation of why he was a hoe means nothing.
He made his money through Microsoft. I agree with that. But I'm talking about the foundations and things, the good that he was doing. He was doing it as a squeaky clean. I hate to say perfect because nobody is, but they were presenting that we got all the answers. We were doing good in society, but yet you were actually doing bad to your own family.
But the thing is, I've never seen him portray that image you guys are saying. When he was ever out, he uplifted his wife. He showed you what it was to uplift your wife. Make sure your wife was number two or 1A with you. But he went out here like some of these self-proclaimed love experts out here trying to tell you everything you need to do about your life and your wife and your family, but yet they still hoes on the backside.
Can I offer another thing that none of us is talking about right now? I think there's another reason why he has not gone into detail about it. He was very good friends with Jeffrey Epstein. And there may be some parts of this story that he can't tell. And that's why you're getting that old janky answer.
Yeah, but that's a whole bigger, worse.
Well, I'm just telling you. I think one of the reasons why he's not giving the full answer right now is because the full answer requires some confessions that he ain't prepared to deal with yet.
And you're right. And with that, there's definitely a bigger issue. But I still don't understand why. And it could just be me. I don't really care what they do because I know these people are human. I know nobody's perfect, and I know these people are gonna make mistakes.
We don't care what he does if what he did was immoral but not illegal. But we damn sure care if it's illegal. And that's the point I'm making. If he's done something illegal, which is what I believe may be part of this conversation that nobody's really talking about, then that might be the reason why that ninja clammed up like he did.
Right. If it's illegal, yeah. If you out killing pedophiles and doing all that shit, yeah, I want to know.
That's important to this conversation because the clam up for me was he don't have a good answer. But the more I thought about it, I was like, well, maybe now wait a minute though, because the heat is coming down on a lot of these ninjas because they have not stopped investigating this Jeffrey Epstein thing. They are still looking into the depths of what truly took place in this particular situation and who all's connected and how deep does the rabbit hole go. So if his name is in some of those conversations, the last thing he want to be doing is putting the information on video that's going to come back to haunt his ass in a court of law.
And again, the legal shit, 100% agree with you.
Right.
But the question she asked about his wife and their marriage, around his infidelity, he owes us nothing around infidelity as long as it was strictly about the immoral side of him cheating on his wife.
He doesn't owe us, but it would have been nice to hear him simply say, you know what, I did learn something. I blew it. I should have not have destroyed my life and my family and my kids in the way that I did. And you don't have to go into detail about any of that. Just say that part. Yeah. But if you don't feel that way, then maybe you don't say something.
And I think that's what I'm saying. To me, I mean, he gave the answer that was suitable for him, that he wanted to give out. And people just gotta. You can't look at these people as if they're above God, man. I mean, these people are human. They're going to make mistakes. People got to realize that.
But they should not present themselves either like they're above God, and that may be part of the problem. Because when you present yourself as a certain thing, you know, I pray to God that I never do anything in my marriage, you know, that is so bad that I have to come on Noise Media one day and address it. I pray to God it never happens. But I can't have shows like I still do and the transparency that we have on this show and talk about how much I love my wife all the time. And then I go out and do something stupid and damage myself and my wife and my kids. And then I come on here the next day talking about, well, that's my business and we working it out. Well, wait a minute. You shared all this now and now you don't want to share nothing?
But like I said, again, I look at it two differently. If you're a merged person and you're constantly out there throwing that out, then yeah, I mean, you do have some explaining to do. Okay. But somebody in his position, when he's out, they're only going to show you the good shit that he's doing while he's out there.
Right.
So you're only going to see the good stuff that he's doing. You don't see TMZ running behind Bill Gates looking for the dirt that he's doing. You're looking at Bill Gates and his wife for the successful stuff that they do every single day, and that's what they get shown.
Well, that's true and not true, because I think there are people that are always looking. There are people that are always looking for the salacious story, and there are some people that have the salacious story, and they're just waiting for the right opportunity to drop that bomb. That's how media works.
Yeah, and again, it's you're building them up just to break them down.
Right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So in that case, I don't owe you shit then, because you're gonna turn me down any goddamn way. Guess my. And
there are some people with the salacious story that's paid to keep their mouths shut too.
That is very true as well.
Exactly.
That's very true as well. I didn't hate the answer. I understand why your frustration cause to the answer. I just think, man, with great, to quote the great Spider-Man, the great leadership comes great responsibility.
Come great power, come great responsibility.
Well, same thing.
Mama, teach him what it is.
Teach me, girl. You gonna teach me later?
No, she was sick yesterday. You can't do shit after you've been sick.
She ain't sick now. She's whole and righteous.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's a sucky answer.
I think the part that it was for me is that, for all of us that are striving to do the right thing in our marriages and excel at the different things, our dreams, our careers and stuff, you like, man, not that you're trying to put them, the Gates on a pedestal or nothing, but you like, dang, they was like the one billionaire power couple that didn't have any, that we were aware of, any type of marital problems from what we could see. And you saying, man, okay, it's possible. It's possible that you can live your life as a married couple, go through things like raising children and everything, and get to billionaire status or fame or whatever, and you can still, have a successful marriage and stuff like that when we saw them. So to see that's what happened, you like, dang, maybe it's true that, you can't get to billionaire status in a happy marriage, because you can purchase anything you want. You can, silence people, you can get access, you can, hide stuff and do all kinds of stuff, when you at that level. But you like, man, they seem like they was like the dare I say, the Sonny and Cher or whatever, of having children and having, a happy marriage. So that was the only reason why, hearing it and hearing his, lackluster answer of, well, I specialize in everything else, but this is one I wasn't. Okay, well,
I think with options, you need to have better safeguards in place. with the more options you have, you need to have better safeguards.
Yes, Lord, you do. Yes.
Because if you don't, I think falling is inevitable.
Ooh.
I really do. I think the more you have access to and the more options you have, the more safeguards that you gotta have in place. Like you gotta have people in the tight inner circle that are gonna hold you accountable, that are gonna protect you from even yourself. That are going to tell you, no, don't do that. No, that may even rat you out to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta have some safeguards in place. Because if you don't, I don't know how you make it. If you can get away with it, you know, I heard Kevin Hart say something one time. And the one time early in his marriage where he got busted for cheating. And he said, the one time I cheated, and was caught, and I don't know if it was the one time he cheated, but when he got caught, it was a time when he had the opportunity. He was bored or something after a concert or something, and he went to Vegas, but he didn't go with his boys. He went by himself.
Oh, yeah.
And normally he would have his guys around him, and they would hold him accountable. Like, bruh, okay, we done partying, we done drinking, we done whatever. Now we go into the room, we chilling, it's over. That ain't what happened this time. He took off without them. They didn't even know where he was. Next thing you know, he's in Vegas, butt naked in front of a camera and being blackmailed.
Listen, he saw that shit coming. What we can't do as men is play naive and stupid. We know ourselves. We know what we are allowing to take place. And we know what that leads to eventually. See, my wife is a woman that walks around with her chest stuck out because she knows her husband has never done anything. But that's only because I have no option. Don't nobody want me. Broke, disgusted, can't be trusted. Look at me.
Oh my
God. You got nothing to worry about. I bring my ugly ass home every night. Just like I'm supposed to. But if I had options, listen, the true test of character is give a person all the money and all the power they need in the world.
And they still maintain.
The true person will come out.
Because every person has options. Everybody.
Yeah, but I refuse to screw. I refuse to screw down.
There's the difference.
I got to screw up.
Yeah. That's the difference. Every man has options. It's rather you decide to take those options and act upon those options. You choose not to act upon those options.
No, I don't screw down.
Yeah. Just like Dave Chappelle had the opportunity to not act upon.
Okay, well let's stay there for a second. Would you screw up if you in your favorite Korean barbecue place, and all of a sudden,
if put in the right position, every man would screw up. It has to be the right position at the right time. Our job as men is to keep ourselves out of the position.
I don't like the will screw up. I like the could screw up better.
Any man, if put in the right position, will do it.
Well, not
what he has to do is keep himself out of the position.
I understand what you're right. I understand what you're saying. I think we're saying. I think we're using the same language, but different ways.
What I'm saying is right. What you're saying is wrong.
No, what you're saying is bullshit, and what I'm saying is accurate.
It take long.
You're saying will screw up, and I don't know if will is appropriate. I think could. Listen, given the opportunity, every man could screw up for sure. That is for sure. Every man in these blocks could screw up. Because the pressure is there and it's staring you in the face, and depending on what level that up is that you're talking about, listen, here's what I do know about the devil. He never presents you an option that you don't want.
Ever.
So Lizzo ain't gonna get me to screw up. With all due respect. That's just not something I'm interested in. She's a beauty queen to somebody. To me, she's just okay. That ain't gonna get me to screw up. But the devil knows what will.
The devil knows that Lala Anthony is someone that you'd say, well,
Not for me, but I might pause. I might be like, ooh,
Because listen,
let me go get my car.
and I can't stand idly by and let y'all say just guys, because I got in trouble last time I mentioned that back in the day when I mentioned that women
That's true.
are just as vulnerable. When but I was telling facts.
Mama Noise, since we there, can we bring out the last story because it kind of coincides with this one?
So the last story today, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm in transition mode today. I'm bringing them all together. So the last story.
Let me first address Mr. Anthony. I'm sorry. He is correct.
Ain't nothing wrong with Koreans.
Hold on. Well, I was gonna let you live because it was an opinion until you validated.
Yeah, dang, that was racist.
Okay. So let me bring in the last story so we can connect the dots here. So the last story that we're going to talk about today, it has been confirmed who Sonya Curry cheated on. I'm using the air quotes because that's the part that's sketchy. We don't know if it was actual cheating, but it looks like it was a family friend who had been around for quite some time. And Sonya, so now where the information gets sketchy is Dale is saying she was cheating the whole time, just like I was cheating. I'm cheating, she cheating. And Sonya's like, no, my cheating didn't come after I busted your ass cheating. And then I decided I wasn't cheating. I was in a full-blown relationship post you. When we separated, that's when I went and did my thing. Now, I don't know who's telling the truth, but here's what I do know. And here's the reality. Y'all ready for this truth? Y'all don't know if y'all ready.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, here we go. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. Men will go cheat with a rando. Women will go cheat with your best friend, with your uncle. Ain't no get back like a woman who's scorned.
Well, your best friend ain't gonna cheat with your girl, so
Do what?
Your best friend ain't gonna cheat with your girl.
Some of these best friends, these so-called best friends would.
We're playing.
That's what I wanted you to do right there. I wanted you to
Yeah. Some of these so-called best friends
Allegedly.
Alleged best friends.
That's what I'm saying. And guess what? Because women are emotional creatures. So they don't see what you did as sex. They see what you did as violation.
Mm-hmm.
You violated emotional boundaries and spiritual boundaries. So the hurt that they're going to try to put back on you is a different kind of hurt.
But a lot of times it backfires.
Well, it always backfires.
Well, I mean, in her mind, she said, I will get him back with this. Ha ha. And then he's like, I don't care. And then you did all of that to get a reaction of hurt.
But see, they don't care. They don't care. Dale was cheating on her the whole time with randos, city to city. I'm an NBA player. I'm out here in these streets. She went and got one of your closest friends and cheated in your face. Or allegedly cheated in your face. Or just started a relationship period in your face. That's still cold-blooded.
They are examples of beautiful people with options.
With options.
They're both attractive people. They have options. I have personal friends right now that are going through a divorce because they're both attractive people. They didn't see what that was and how that works in your marriage.
Wow.
Beautiful people have to guard themselves. And everybody wants fine, everybody wants pretty, but they have to be willing to guard themselves, like you say, pastors and successful people. Beautiful people have to be willing to guard themselves against all of the come-ons and the hit-ons and and the flirtatious things that happen. They are examples of beautiful people failing at relationships, because they're also examples, let me say this, they're also examples that two pretty people shouldn't have kids.